Peace, One Centered fam. It's Amy Joy from One Centered Life, your retreat leader, yoga teacher, healer, and life coach. So, hey, what's up? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my video. I've created a series of several interviews as well as my own sort of just talking to the camera for you guys to really get to know some breathwork facilitators and just know more about the art and beauty of breathwork. I want to introduce you to one of my amazing breathwork healer friends, Liz Connor. Liz Connor, I met in healer training, and Liz is the proud owner and devoted director of the Prancing Peacock, and she's been holding space for a beautiful and diverse yoga community in Bucks County, PA, since 2002. Liz envisioned her first studio on a serene farm many years before it came to reality, and she continued having a vision, and she has expanded into a community of dedicated practitioners and a hub for innovative training. As the director of the Prancing Peacock Yoga School, she has nurtured students through the transformative practice of yoga over 10 years. Wow, Liz, that's amazing. Her specialty is inspiring new teachers to find yoga within them, to speak loudly with their authentic voice, and truly let go and shine. She's an ERT 500. She holds a level 4 healer training in David Elliott's breathwork, and she is a Reiki master level. She is humbled by what life has provided her, and she loves the work that she does, and she tirelessly works to perfect. Without any further ado, my interview with Liz Connor.
Hey, Liz.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
It's a beautiful day. I'm really happy to be here with you today.
I'm so excited too. Just so that you guys know, Liz and I know each other through mutual breathwork training experience. And her and I actually, her and I and a couple of others, but not the whole entire class. We did like the most breathwork training together because went through all of the levels at two different stands of training and two different locations. And I'm so excited to bring Liz to you guys here today. I'm so excited and happy that I had the opportunity to meet and work with you, Liz, because Liz is so talented. Oh my gosh. Liz owns a yoga company and studio, and she also does other healing modalities such as breath work.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for having me. So I became a yoga teacher when I was 42. And the reason I became a yoga teacher is because I had done a Reiki certification. I became a Reiki practitioner. And I was a stay-at-home mom. I had 4 kids, all under 13, and I pretty much drove them to soccer and, did my mom thing. And once I became a Reiki practitioner, I woke up the next morning and it was like the universe had knocked on my brain and said, "Excuse me, it's time for you to start the journey." And it said, "You have to do yoga." And I resisted because I had no desire to do yoga. And it just kept persisting. So I checked in with one of the only yoga studios in my town at the time, because this was a while ago. And I started to practice yoga, and then I became a yoga teacher. And then that journey took me down to owning a couple yoga studios. And I kind of stumbled upon breath work and knew right away that it was something that I wanted to do. So I live in Bucks County in Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia, and I'm very blessed. We have 2 beautiful studios. One is in the country and one is a little more suburban, and we have a great yoga community, and it's a beautiful space. But I'm really excited about the breath work, and it was wonderful. We were partners too.
Yeah, we were.
Practiced breath work on each other. And the transformation of people when they do breath work is amazing to see. So that's me.
That's an amazing story. I really love that it kind of everything came together. It seemed like it was orchestrated by spirit, and your path was an easeful one that all you had to do is open up your heart and listen and follow. That's beautiful.
It's surrendering. I think that's the key. if you can be brave enough to surrender to what it is that's being offered to you, that's when the magic happens. But it's tough to let go.
Tell me about
if you're
it.
a control freak. I am.
I've been having that very difficulty in my life right now. I have a day job as an engineer, and I really desperately want to move into the space where I am more of a creator and an artist. But that's through my healing work. And I've been clinging, and it's just really starting to connect, like, I guess, yeah, like to really make those connections that I need to let go of that in order to really fully, I don't know, just do my purpose. And it's been very difficult. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's really hard to let go of security.
Yes.
I mean, we need to pay our mortgage and our rent and our bills, and we need to eat, and we need to get around. And so it's difficult to surrender, and it's risky too.
Yeah.
But I think if you really, you're such a positive person, just believing in yourself and just putting it out there to spirit and to the universe that, yeah, I know this can happen.
Yeah. Security has totally been my issue. And I think I've recently been getting positive feedback from the universe, and like it's just right, listening to those cues and really, like you said, trusting and surrendering
and creating space for it to happen
and believing in yourself.
Yep, there's a whole list that goes along with it.
We could go on and on.
Yep.
So how did you actually hear about breathwork initially?
So it was kind of like the Reiki. I kind of stumbled upon it. I found a breathwork healer in New York City who was doing some online stuff and decided to jump into that. And just the moment that I started to do it, fell completely and head over heels in love with it.
Mm-hmm. What did you love about breathwork?
I think the biggest thing was that, well, number one, it was just for me, because I was able to take time and just do something that was completely for me. Being a studio owner and a mom and a wife and, all of that, there's a lot of energy that goes out, but this was all coming in for me. So that was a big part of it. The second part was how transformational it was in the short period of time that it actually takes to breathe. So when we do breathwork sessions, right? You're shaking your head, So, you're breathing actively for about 20 minutes, and then a rest period, which is really when the work happens, I think, of about 10 minutes. And, you're experiencing all these sensations, physical, emotional, spiritual, and then you're integrating it all. And then you sit up and you're like, oh my gosh, what just happened to me? Like, what was that? That was the most amazing thing I've ever done.
Absolutely. I can definitely say that sister speaks for me.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. So how long have you been doing your breathwork practice, or like, what does your practice look like?
So I started breathing only in January of this year. It's like, sometimes it takes me a while to catch up on stuff, like starting a yoga practice at 42. I wish I had done it at 15, but that's the way it goes. The universe has a plan. So when I found it, I immediately jumped in because I thought, I really need to find out what this is all about. So I started to breathe in January or March, somewhere around there. And what it looks like for me is I try to breathe every day. Sometimes the schedule gets, in the way and I can't do it, but I breathe as often as I can. And I usually try and find a quiet space, which is hard here because there's always activity. And I set up a really beautiful space of, a blanket, a bolster. I have a beautiful eye pillow that I got from Danielle, who's David's assistant. And I have the ocean stones that we hold in our hands to ground us that David gave me at the training. So I like to use things that people have given me because it helps me to feel supported by them, even though they're not physically in the space. Something that they've given their energy to is there. And I'll have a candle, and I like to burn sage, and I like to burn Palo Santo. And sometimes I'll put crystals around me. So sometimes it can be really complicated, like I have to set up a space. And other times I'll just go and lay on my bed with my cats and breathe.
Yeah.
So it depends on what kind of mood I'm in and how much time and what space is available.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about breathwork is it's totally portable, right? We can do it wherever you are, as long as you can have a nice flat space to lay in.
Right.
Yeah, and we can make it as elaborate and plush and just beautiful as we want.
It's true. It's true. And so I don't want people to think that, you have to have a dedicated breathwork space and all of these supplies and tools. It could just be lying down. And some people do it outside, and some of our friends do it on paddle boards.
Oh, wow.
The ocean.
Yeah, that's right. Because I know, well, because our trainer, David, actually spoke a lot about his in-water experience. So that's got to be amazing. I want to try that too.
Yeah.
On my bucket list.
We'll have to go to California. Someone does it out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But it's like you said, it does so much in such a short amount of time.
And I know one of the things that David talks about in his books is that we have years and years of talk therapy, which is very therapeutic, but some of the stuff that we're dealing with is left in our body. And that's one of the things that one of my students told me, is that she said, I thought I let go of this stuff years ago, and it just bubbled up, and I was really able to finally let it go, like really let it go. And that's priceless.
So if you were introducing breathwork to someone and you wanted them to come along, what would be your best sales pitch? Why should someone try breathwork?
Well, for me, I wear everything on my face. So you can tell exactly what I'm thinking just by looking at me. And usually when I talk about breathwork, I'm jumping up and down and going, you have to do this. It's the best thing you've ever done. You have to try it. But if I had to be a little bit more calm about it, I would probably say, is there anything in your life that you feel like you'd like to let go of? Do you want to be more peaceful? Do you want to be more creative? Is there anything you need to heal? You can come and breathe for 20 minutes and you'll see results. I think that that's basically what I would say. The other thing is that it's so safe for you to do it. Basically, anyone can breathe. You're not hyperventilating. It's a breath that is totally done through the mouth. You will feel tingly, but that's a perk, I think, to really feel shifts and changes in your body. But I had someone tell me that they had done different styles of breath work for a whole day in a retreat and didn't get the same results that they did with this 20 minutes of breathing. And I thought that was pretty exciting too, that you really do see results, and you can show up, and then you're in charge of what you do. You can decide not to breathe, and you can just breathe and just reap all the benefits of the energy around you. You won't see as many changes, but that's your choice too. So no one can breathe for you. You have to do it on your own. We can get you there, inspire you, but ultimately it's your job, your choice.
Absolutely. And I really like what you said also about, it's really customizable about what your intention is and what you want to receive from the breath work. It can be removing things. It can be adding creativity. It's just really all about where you place your intention and or like how your guide is guiding you.
That's so true. And I think sometimes things surprise us in breath work. So we go in with the intention of, yes, my life is going to be more abundant, or I'm going to be more creative. And then all of a sudden you're connecting with your lineage and you're like, what was that? And it's a beautiful surprise. And it's always very authentic and very, the word I'm using, it's meaningful. And it's at the right time and the right place.
Absolutely. It's a divine plan,
It is.
So Liz, then I've really enjoyed speaking with you. I'm curious, and with your yoga business and workshops, and are you planning anything in the near future, any retreats or virtual breathworks or some other way we can connect with you and stay connected?
Thank you for asking. So Right now I'm doing in-person breathwork groups. So the next one that's happening is September 11th, which I thought was really a day that we all need healing. So we're doing that. And then we also, that's a Tuesday, but then we also added a Sunday afternoon on September 30th. So people who, are too tired when they get home from work to go out again, that's a big thing, can come on a Sunday afternoon and just really find some peace. I'm hoping to do some virtual things later in the fall, but we'll see. Technology is not one of my really strong points, so I need help with it. So sometimes I have to depend on other people to do that.
Okay. Well, do you have a website, or we can link your social media handles below. And
sure. Yeah. We have www.prancingpeacock.com is our website. And if you go to special events, you can find them. And I'm on Instagram too. And I'm Chief Peacock Liz, because I am the Chief Peacock. So you can find me on Instagram too. And I have a link tree there so that you can connect right to the events that are going on. But thank you for asking.
I want people who connect and resonate with you to be able to stay in touch. And, there's so much we all have to offer. And, we get something different from each of our healers, each of our teachers. And, you're just a beautiful person. And I know that they're going to want to stay in touch. So.
Well, that's nice. I think the students who need to find us will find us in some way. So I agree, whenever you have that same frequency with someone, whenever you resonate with them, it tends to work out.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Liz.
Oh, I loved every minute of it. Thank you so much. And I love you, and I can't wait to see what you're doing with all of your events and your virtual work. And I hope to be there maybe not in person, but I'll be on the other side of the screen.
I love you too. And I can't wait to, stay in contact and see each other as we both grow into these arenas. And hopefully we'll meet back up again out in person out west, or even here, I'd love to come to some of your events as well.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, I got to see that property. I know, I got to see that sprawling property, beautiful space, and your design aesthetic. I'm sure that the whole place just says Liz, the Chief Peacock.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, thanks again for having me, and I hope you have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Thank you too, Liz.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.